Hey there guys, Outlaw Dolphin here. We're going to continue our Dragon Age Inquisition. Now I'm just about ready to head to do the Frostback Basin and begin the first DLC. Now I want to begin the Frostback Basin before I complete the main story because I want to take Solus there. I'll probably mix up every other companion that I take with me, but Solus will be the fix because Solus has a lot of dialogue that people miss out on because, you know, most people who do the DLCs will do them after the main story, and of course you don't have a few. If you've done certain things, you won't have a lot of characters there, but you definitely won't have Solus there, so that's why I want to take him. But before we go there, we have a quest for Varric and a quest for Solus to do in the Exalted Plains and the Hinterlands. So we're going to continue with those. Okie dokie, so we're just going to speak to Josephine first to see if there's any more to do for her little questy.
Any news on the House of Repose, Inquisitor?
What's the next favor we need to get these Du Paraquets a lordship?
We must persuade Minister Belize to ratify the papers. She's in charge of these matters of rank. The minister will be at a small fete thrown by the Marquis Wiscott. I'll get you an invitation.
Okie dokie, so we need to speak to two people. They should show on our map at some point. I think they're going to show up on the war table, but one's definitely in the Valrayo. We can go there at any point. It's the find a way to meet Minister Belize, which I believe might take some power, so I'm just going to check the war table on that one. Okay, so that one's just going to take some time because I've got everyone else doing stuff at the moment. I'll come back and check on it later. But first, what I'm going to do, I need to make some equipment for Cole and Solus. So I'm going to just do that right now, shouldn't take me long. Okay guys, so this waterfall here, this is our first stop for Varric. We're going to be doing the quest that is titled Well Shit, which entitles us to go down to the deep roads, trying to solve how a certain source of lyrium managed to leak into Corypheus's hands. And I'm mixing it up with the crew today. We have Varric, Blackwall, and Solus. That may change.
Mercenaries. Looks like Carta. Lyrium smuggling would be profitable around here.
Finally. I started to think you weren't coming.
Nobody said you had to hang out in the creepy cave while you waited.
Well, I did wait, so let's make this quick. These idiots are carrying the red lyrium out in unprotected containers. We don't want to stick around long enough for it to start talking to us.
You know what red lyrium does?
You seem to know more about the effects of red lyrium than most.
Varric told me plenty about what it did to him. And his brother.
How did you find this place?
How did you find this operation in the first place? There must be hundreds of Deep Roads entrances.
I've used this entrance in the past. Varric's not the only surface dwarf to explore the deep roads. Oh, I've got to admit, I was pretty surprised when I came here and found it full of humans.
I hope you know how to fight.
If you're coming with us, I hope you can handle a fight.
No, I thought I'd cower helplessly while you do all the work.
She's a decent shot.
Decent?
You want me to admit you're better than me in front of the Inquisitor?
Let's not waste any more time, shall we?
Okie dokie, so this is a fun little quest that I like to do every time it pops up.
Must be an old dwarven outpost.
What was it for?
Trade, maybe? Your guess is as good as mine.
There we go, so probably doesn't count as a deep road as it doesn't really look that deep. but I still quite like this place. This is a cool area to visit in the game. You're going to encounter Carter dwarves and darkspawn. So fire and cleansing runes for the win. Just thought I'd bring Blackwall along because I'll be fighting Darkspawn. That's kind of his job. And I just thought I'd get some of these side quests out the way, lest leave as little side quests hanging around that I actually want to do while I go and do some of the DLC. And I want to go to the DLC while I'm still level 18 because I kind of want it to be tough, especially the Frostback Basin, which is one of the toughest of the 3 DLCs. I'd say in terms of difficulty, the least difficult is probably the Frostback Basin, and then I'd probably say the Descent is tougher than Trespasser. Carter note on security. We should be secure enough from outsiders. I'm more concerned about attracting Darkspawn from the lower levels. We don't have the manpower to push them further in. Keep the product on the upper levels and barricade the bridge. There we go, so I'm just going to have Blackwall beat this. There we go, so there's going to be a ton of loot down here too. Not that I'm probably going to be farming for all of it, just what's important and what some other people might miss.
So this is what you do now?
Beg pardon?
Skulking around in caves, shooting guys? Is this your day-to-day?
I usually try to avoid the caves.
I personally attempt to try and to avoid the caves as well. Get out of the way, Varric. Thank you. Defaced Carter note. Much of Valamar remains closed to us. Anyone interested in changing that, meet here tomorrow, 1 hour past noon. T. A series of notes has been scrawled below this notice. Stop wasting time on that damn door. I don't care what's behind it. The mechanism's broken. More importantly, who cares? We have product to move, and you want to see if some ancient dwarf locked up a good tea set. We're short-handed as it is. If I hear you've taken another group to the lower levels in search of gears, I'll make you sorry. L. First of all, I think this place used to be a trade post. There could be something valuable behind that door. Just how will you make me sorry? I'll use my imagination and knives. That sounds like my girlfriend. An angry note. First Liska, now Brennor. Calls him trying to steal some of the product. Just a little bit. Just to keep, he says. Nug shit. Trying to make a little extra on the side, thinking I wouldn't notice. I will not be undermined. Your cousin said we could trust Brennor, so you could handle it. If I'm not happy, you won't be happy either. Just so people know, my girlfriend is a chef, so the reason why she has knives is that for her job. Just thought I'd let you know that. You will find Drakestone down here. It's not really a mineral you want, but if it's there, you might as well take it.
How many can we expect to encounter? Blackwall?
It's hard to say. Keep your guard up.
Well, hello. There we go, so there's one dwarven gear. The other one we will find lower down for this vault looking thing over here. So the group that was here, they managed to find one gear, but they couldn't find the second. You can see more darkspawn on the lower ground. Okay, and you find the second one in this jar here, at least if I remember right. How they couldn't... well, I suppose it was locked off to them. I'm kind of shocked how they couldn't find it. Now that we have the 2 gears to open the door, don't have to worry about it so much. We will open it, because there's a lot of loot behind there that I do kind of want to grab. It's worth a lot of money.
You had me worried, you know.
What did I do now?
That letter you sent me about the red lyrium was the first I'd heard from you since the Chantry explosion.
Had it been that long?
Seriously, if you died in that mess, I'd have come back to Kirkwall and dug you up just to kick your ass.
What would you do if I'd been cremated?
Kick your ashes, of course.
Oh, that's bad. Hack away at his guard. Why does he go to be perched on the steps?
We need to seal that tunnel.
So we found the hole of which they're coming from. Oh my god, I'm dying.
Hope that brings the darkspawn back.
There we go, turned him into a snowfield.
What's his name?
Bogdan? He's in Navarra right now, selling my machine to wealthy landowners.
I heard some of the guild were trying to get you named a paragon for that contraption.
That's not gonna happen, even if I am 10 times the Smith Bronca ever was. A surfacer paragon? Never. I built these doors. They probably shut this one from the other side when they heard the ruckus we were making. Ta-da!
You built doors here?
You've been here often enough to renovate the cave?
You already know I've used this entrance in the past. I don't know if Eric's told you, but the Merchants Guild is cutthroat. Literally. I built the doors to keep rivals from following me down here and arranging accidents.
Well, so you were waiting to do that then?
Admit it, you've been waiting to do that since we arrived.
Of course I was. After you.
Hello. There's a lesson to be had from this. Everything burns.
You know, this is almost fun. Kinda like old times.
I don't recall us ever shooting people together.
Remember crashing Bartram's guild dinner? We might as well have shot him.
This isn't nearly as dangerous as pissing off my brother.
There you go, so we have a Grey Warden mage in here too. Oh dear. Sorry, I'm still feeling a bit croaky from the other day. I kind of want to kill the mage before I move my character because I'm dangerously close to a bunch of ice mines. There we go.
How long are you gonna be in Orlais, do you think?
As long as this weird shit is going on, at least. Maybe longer. Why?
You'll have to stop by before Bogdan gets back. You should see my new workshop.
I'll see what I can do. You know your family will kill me if I stop by, right?
They're not gonna kill you.
You always say that, and they always send assassins.
Okay, so we can't get rid of all the red lyrium here, but I got rid of enough of the ones I could anyway. And the key.
There you are. You won't be able to use this entrance again.
Bianca.
They had your key.
That's exactly like your key. How did they get a copy?
Well, funny story. When I got the location, I went and had a look for myself. And I found the red lyrium, and I studied it.
You know what it does to people.
I was doing you a favor. You want to know how this stuff works just as much as I do. I just wanted to figure it out.
And did you?
Did you figure it out?
Actually, yes. I found out that red lyrium, it has the blight, Varric. Do you know what that means?
What? The two deadly things combined to form something super awful?
Lyrium is alive, or something like it. Blight doesn't infect minerals, only animals. I couldn't get any further on my own, so I looked for a Grey Warden mage. Blight and magical expertise in one, right? And I found this guy, Larius. He seemed really interested in helping my research.
Of course he did.
So I gave him a key.
Larius? He was the Grey Warden we met in Corypheus's... Oh, shit. I knew something seemed off.
I didn't realize until you said you found red lyrium at Haven. I came here and, well, then I went to you.
You know this person?
That name means something to you, Varric?
He was at the Grey Warden prison where we found Corypheus. And he definitely wasn't a mage before.
Why did you come with us?
You had to know we'd figure out what happened, Bianca. Why did you insist on coming with us?
Varric told me what people were doing with the red lyrium. I had to help make this right.
I suppose it's not really your fault.
You couldn't have known what would happen.
Mafarath's balls, she couldn't. I told her exactly how bad this shit was. I told her to keep away from it.
I know I screwed up, but we did fix it. It's as right as I can make it.
This isn't one of your machines. You can't just replace a part and make everything right.
No, but I can try, can't I? Or am I supposed to wallow in my mistakes forever, kicking myself, telling stories of what I should have done?
Ha! As if I would tell stories about my own mistakes.
Jesus Christ, get a room.
Oh, for pity's sake. Would you two just get a room?
Sorry, Inquisitor. We've done all we can here. Bianca, you'd better get home before someone misses you.
Varric.
Don't worry about it.
Get him killed, and I'll feed you your own eyeballs, Inquisitor.
Someone once said something similar to me. So we're now going to open that vault that was on the upper level, and then we'll be on our way. So here in the vat room is where we saw the vault earlier. Just need to place the gears here. Oops. So that's one. And two.
Will make their living from valuables they find in the deep roads.
There's Drakestone and plenty of Darkspawn. Keep burning this Hurlock. There we go, down he goes. About time too. These big guys take a long time. There is still one more enemy in here. It's hiding behind a picture. Down he goes. Found a dwarven banner. There we go, I'm all done here. I don't really want to pick up the Drakestone because it's not a metal I need or want. And then following the exit, it's just a straight walk across the bridge. Here's one hell of a view looking out towards the chasm. So before we head back to Skyhold, we're going to head to the Exalted Plains and we're now going to complete Solas's side quest. We're going to be saving one of his many friends.
One of the mages. Killed by arrows, it would seem.
Bandits by the look of it.
These aren't mages. The bodies are burned, and these claw marks. No. No, no, no.
There you go, let's see if this quest is working now. There we go.
Friend.
They corrupted it.
The mages turned your friend into a demon.
Yes.
You said it was a spirit of wisdom, not a fighter.
A spirit becomes a demon when denied its original purpose.
So they summoned it for something so opposed to its own nature that it was corrupted. Fighting.
Let us ask them.
A mage! You're not with the bandits? Do you have any lyrium potions? Most of us are exhausted. We've been fighting that demon.
You summoned that demon! Except it was a spirit of wisdom at the time. You made it kill! You twisted it against its purpose!
I understand how it might be confusing to someone who has not studied demons, but after you help us, I can...
We are not here to help you.
Solas is smarter than you are.
Word of advice? I'd hold off on explaining how demons work to my friend here.
Listen to me. I was one of the foremost experts in the Kirkwall Circle.
Shut up. You summoned it to protect you from the bandits.
Yes.
You bound it to obedience, then commanded it to kill. That is when it turned. The summoning circle. We break it, we break the binding. No orders to kill, no conflict with its nature, no demon.
What? The binding is the only thing keeping the demon from killing us. Whatever it was before, it is a monster now.
Inquisitor, please!
I can break it.
I've studied rituals like this. I should be able to disrupt the binding quickly.
Thank you. We must hurry!
Come on, we gotta beat down these glowing white spires. Here it comes. So just the one spire left. Bring it down, bring it down.
Tel Abalos en Azel Atalin. Mamilava Halani. Malasulidinadas. Magilani Mitinan.
Manuvinin. Dareth Shira.
I'm sorry, Solus.
I'm sorry, Solus.
Don't be. We gave it a moment's peace before the end. That's more than it might have had. All that remains now is them.
Thank you. We would not have risked the summoning, but the roads are too dangerous to travel unprotected.
You tortured and killed my friend.
We didn't know it was just a spirit. The book said it could help us.
I'm always... Because I... They summon the demon because... They summon the spirit because they're weak. But... Solus wouldn't have gone with this no matter what spirit they tied to them. He was so mad at the Grey Wardens for binding spirits and demons. He wants to explode with this because it's his friend. This was a spirit of wisdom. If it wanted to help the mages, it would have of its own volition. And we've seen what Cole can do because his own nature was corrupted when he came through and he couldn't help. Oh, I don't want to stop Solus, but I'm gonna on this occasion.
Solus.
Never again. I need some time alone. I will meet you back at Skyhold.
It's a fairly unique situation. He will actually leave you. Solus at the end of this quest will actually leave you and you'll be left with just 3 companions. It's a good job we don't have anything else to do. We need to head back to Skyhold now to both speak to Varric and Solus. And then we're heading to the Frostbacks.
Inquisitor.
I'm glad you returned.
How are you, Solus?
It hurts. It always does. But I will survive.
Thank you for coming back.
You were a true friend. You did everything you could to help. I could hardly abandon you now.
Where did you go?
Where did you go?
I found a quiet spot and went to sleep. I visited the place in the Fade where my friend used to be. It's empty. But there are stirrings of energy in the void. Someday something new may grow there.
What is death like to spirits?
What happens when a spirit dies?
It isn't the same for mortals. The energy of spirits returns to the Fade. If the idea giving the spirit form is strong, or if the memory has shaped other spirits, it may someday rise again.
So it isn't really dead.
You're saying your friend might come back?
No, not really. A spirit's natural state is peaceful semi-existence. It is rare to be able to reflect reality. Something similar may reform one day, but it might have a different personality. It would likely not remember me. It would not be the friend I knew.
I'll let you get back to work.
All right. Thank you again.
Okie dokie, so we just need to speak to Varric about all that transpired in Valamar and the Deep Roads.
I'm glad to have answers, but... shit. The second she showed up here, I knew. I let this mess happen. I gave her the Tig. I am not good at dealing with shit like this.
Varric, nobody is.
I don't think anyone is equipped any better than you are.
No, the point is, I don't deal with things. If Cassandra hadn't dragged me here, I'd be in Kirkwall right now pretending none of this was happening.
Nothing has stopped you from leaving. Cassandra has said as much.
You realize that nothing's actually been stopping you from doing that.
I suppose you're right. Thank you for your help back there.
After all this, do you think you'll see Bianca again?
I always do.
Righty-ho, off to the Frostbacks. Investigate the Frostback Basin. We've scouted the region and set up camp. Professor Kenrick has the scouts gathering anything they can find. So far, we've uncovered a lot of very old buckles. Hopefully this yields something more exciting. Anyone who comes here should be ready for hostile wildlife and angry Avar. This place is dangerous. Scout Harding. Oh, who shall we take? Cole. Solus, obviously. And Cassandra.
Good to see you again, Inquisitor. Allow me to introduce Professor Bram Kenrick. He's the reason we're out here.
A pleasure to meet you, Your Worship.
Professor Kenrick teaches at the University of Orlais.
I came on an exchange program from Starkhaven. While in Val Royeaux, I've found something incredible. After 800 years, we may be able to determine the final resting place of the last Inquisitor.
That's very interesting.
That would be a fascinating discovery.
Inquisitor Emeritus stepped down shortly before the Nevarran Accord brought the Seekers of Truth into the Chantry. He hunted demons, dragons, and dangerous apostates in a time before Templars even existed.
I'm all for history if it means tracking down the equipment of a famous demon hunter.
This is a good cause.
If the last Inquisitor has been missing for 800 years, it's only fitting that today's Inquisition helped find him.
Your scouts have gathered artifacts from the area. They may help us discover what Inquisitor Emeritus was doing.
I have news as well. We've encountered hostile Avar to the north. They call themselves the Jaws of Hakkon. There's also an Avar hold to the east. Unlike the Jaws of Hakkon, they've been friendly so far.
The Jaws of Hakkon?
They're hostile Avar who attack any Inquisition agents or researchers who get close. We've sent soldiers for defense, but The Hakkonites are cunning, merciless, and know the basin better than we do. I'm afraid our men will not be able to hold out long.
I thought we could catch up.
What's on your mind?
What do you think of Kenrick?
Have you spoken to Kenrick much?
A bit. He's quite nice, isn't he? And clever. Really loves his books. I said hello one day while he had his nose buried in a giant tome. His shriek was a winner. He can't stop doing it now. It's too funny.
Any thoughts on the Avar?
What do you think about the Avar?
When I was a little girl, a lady in our village used to tell me Avar tales. Being able to see their lives up close, it's nothing like I thought. They're very tall, aren't they? I was considering a proposal for Commander Cullen. Avar allies with dwarven archers astride their shoulders. They'd be unstoppable.
We'll continue this another time.
See you soon, Inquisitor.
Okay, so we're going to speak to Kenrick first and foremost. We can go find the Avar now, but I want a clearer picture. The reason why it's very interesting to do the Jaws of Hakkon this DLC now is because I'm just going to level up these characters first of all while I talk. Is because when we killed the ice dragon in the Emerald Graves, it dropped a helmet called the Helm of the Inquisitor. That helm is important because it talks about Emeraldin himself. Talking about how, exactly what Kenrick said, fighting Templars in a time long before, fighting mages long before Templars existed. It's fitting to go and find them now because we've just found that one artifact in the Emerald Graves, which, if Kenrick is smart enough, can create a trail on where he would have gone. Of course, this is what our quest is here, to find him.
Scout Harding has an impressive team. Her people brought back a number of artifacts.
Harding is one of our best scouts.
If you need something tracked, Scout Harding is your woman.
If only it were that easy. After 800 years, we can't just look for tracks. Barring enchantment, cloth and leather will have long since rotted away. Only metal and stone remain recognizable. Complicating this are recent pieces the Avar left behind, and of course ancient pieces dating back to Tevinter. Fortunately, thanks to some period-specific buckling, I've been able to track our last Inquisitor.
Period-specific buckling.
You lost me at buckling.
You'd think that a buckle was a buckle, but ever since people started belting on weapons, they've been adding bits. One piece here has a dragon engraving. With the alloys of the metals used, it's clearly Tevinter, while this one uses a clasp that wasn't invented until the dawn of the Orlesian Empire. And when it comes to historical research, you might say we have to buckle down.
Very funny. What's this about Tevinter?
You said there were pieces dating back to Tevinter?
Yes. While it's rare to see Tevinter ruins so far south, the Imperium once had an outpost of some sort here. They might have built it as a ritual site. I'm not sure what military value it could have. In any event, it's muddled up the research slightly, but I've accounted for it.
Tell me what you found.
What do you have, Professor?
Everything so far points to the shore not far to the south. There was some sort of battle near the shoreline. They were in a hurry. The scouts reported an island near an Avar fishing camp, but the Avar won't say much about it.
I'll investigate.
I'll find a way to that island and see if there's anything useful there.
Excellent. I'll continue to study what's been found. With luck, we'll both find some answers. Also, one of my research assistants, Colette, was investigating an old structure to the north. I'm not certain it's related to our investigation, but it couldn't hurt to check with her.
Very well. So if we check the map, we've got quite a few. So Jaws of Hakkon are attacking Inquisition soldiers directly to our north. Don't be taken in by how small this looks. I always zoom out to get the bigger picture, but this is the most I can zoom in. Find a way to get to the island. We're going to need to speak with people on the shoreline. They're going to send us to the Avar, so we're going to go 1 and 2. Don't be confused about this one. Colette is nowhere near these two places. There are huge caverns, depths, ravines that are separating this location from all the others. So we won't be going there just yet. It's not going to be an easy 1, 2, 3. We're going to go to the shore. We're going to find a way to the island. And let's immediately to my right. Now there's going to be a rift just on the outside. I'm going to deal with that first, just to get a feel of the area. There it is. You can already tell this place is very similar to the Emerald Graves, except it's not as green. There are a few more hues of red and alike. We've got a fear demon. Now, because we're level 18 and we're fighting level 20, we are at a disadvantage for the meantime. But because we're fighting tougher enemies, we will get more experience for it. But we will come across new demons, revenants and fear demons and arcane horrors will start to come out of the rifts now, making things just that little bit more difficult, which is exactly what I think we need at the moment. Everything's just been a bit of a walk in the park. But obviously, coming to this area, we're also going to be picking up some nice supplies as well. Oh, despairs. No. Oh my god, what the hell did that? That fear demon literally just hugged me and took all my health away. Oi, we're in trouble. Ow, 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 stop it. There's one back there. God, there's 3 despair demons here. We're going to trap one. That's all I can do. You can see just how tough things are. Even using fire on these despair demons is not enough. Things will start to balance in time. Just some combat might take a while. Come on, burn. Burn, I say. There we go, is it done? I'm sure the reward is worth the risk. I'll say that. Oh, yeah. Look at that. 13 Dawnstone, Fade Touch Dawnstone, Veil Quartz, Pure Spirit Essence, Fire Essence, and a very nice axe I'm going to give to Iron Ball at some point. Oh, that was worth it. Worth it. Worth it. I'm going to say it one more time. No, I won't. Right. Find a way to the island. And I need to level up everyone again. As you can imagine, it will be very easy to get lost in this area. It's kind of like Endor in a way. Just imagine Ewoks living here. But you'll have, like, steps like those leading into the heights of tall trees, and there's even camps up on cliff edges that you can only get to using the trees. This is probably the most varying landscape I've seen in any game. There are giants here too. Yip. P. There are also lizard-like creatures out here as well. More Gurguts. Not that we're not used to them already. But there are also things called bogfishers, which armor up. So this is going to hurt. Go, so they drop craggy skin. Craggy skin is a sort of a universal leather that gets dropped by a lot of creatures. Normally later on in the game, and particularly in the DLCs as well. There's Silverite out here. Silverite is a very nice metal that you can only find in Emperor Dulion. And here, I'm going to try and avoid a lot of the wildlife, otherwise we will be here for some time, because there's a lot of wildlife here. Oh come on, surely I'm out of combat by now. There we go. So we have another Fade Rift to the north. Might deal with that after we've spoken to to the people who live in the small hamlet here. Am I being chased? No, I don't think we are.
What is this? Are the Fishers of Stonebearhold too rude to share a meal with friends?
Can the jaws of Hakkon not catch them?
The Inquisitor! Let his blood bathe the blades of the jaws of Hakkon! Death to the Lowlanders! Glory to Hakkon!
Yes, the Avar are very welcoming people. At least the Jaws of Hakkonites aren't. Stonebearhold is where you'll find some allies, but you will find no love here with the Jaws of Hakkonites.
What do they have against us?
Perhaps the friendlier Avar in the village Harding mentioned can shed some light.
You are the lowlander they call Inquisitor. I am Arvid Rolfson. Well thought. The fish will feed on fool's heart wine this night. I know not what brings you here, but we have no quarrel, you and I.
How long have you been here, Afrid?
How long have you lived in the basin?
Stonebearhold's been here a few generations. I was born further north, but we left before I could remember. It was a good life. Until the jaws of Hakkon arrived. They brought trouble with them. People are expecting a raid.
You don't agree?
They seem bigger fools than that, for all their boasting. I cannot say what they plan. but it bodes ill.
May I borrow a boat, Alfred?
I find myself in need of a boat. I need to reach that island.
Lady's Rest.
What?
That island belongs to the Lady of the Skies. The spirits want us to leave it be.
It is important that I go there.
I don't wish to disturb your lady, but it's important.
If I give you the boat, and you anger the spirits and die, other lowlanders may come for blood. That is trouble for my hold, and not my trouble to take. Go to Stonebear Hold and speak with my thane, Svara Sunhair. Get her blessing, and you may sail to Korth's Rocky Heart, if you wish.
Korth is a name with the Avar that we keep hearing a lot as well. Very well. But Stonebear Hold is not too far away. It's just up the hill a ways. We need to speak to his leader, Savari Sunhair, who is so named because once she lit her hair on fire. Although that sounds idiotic, the woman is not so. There is one thing to this game that I wish it had, and that's a day-night cycle. It does not exist in this game, so everything's in a permanent state as you see it. So you'll go to the Hissing Wastes at night. Western Approach is sort of like a morning. The only one that seems to change is Crestwood, as you'll go there when it's raining, and then once you've closed the rift, the sun will shine. This place always seems to be in a permanent dusk. I do kind of wish... I wish they put in the effort for a day-night cycle. It would make everything so much better. But we make do. So you can see the Avar here are built into the cliff. Whoops. Whoops. I've come the wrong way. I'm shocked. But it is a beautiful area.
The animals the jaws of Hakkon killed. Rat things and frozen dripping from
Seems to be some friendly competition going on here.
Your climbers seem tired, thanks. More hunting. Is your hold beast well?
We hunt as well as ever, Thane Harrison.
You will be safer under the shield of the jaws of Hakkon.
Hask Fisherson has taken victory in sight of the Lady of the Skies. You owe 4 rounds to Hask, not 3.
Ha! Ted as tits.
Wind, lift your oaths to the Lady of the Skies, and hand the rams over come sunrise.
May your people be as strong as your hold beast.
We've heard of your arrival, Lowlanders. Come, share my fire where we might speak.
It's a shame we don't speak to that Gerd Harrison,
Inquisitor, I am Svar.
because he's the leader of the Hakkonites.
You have guest welcome here. The Lowlanders have little love for their mages. I am impressed that you came to lead this Inquisition. You and your people have come far from the safety of the Lowlands.
We are not attacking you.
We have not come to cause trouble in your home, Thane. We have learned that the last Inquisitor may have died here hundreds of years ago. We seek his body.
Giving peace to the dead is a worthy quest. Any help we can offer is yours. Sadly, the jaws of Hakkon will not offer so warm a welcome. You have met their Thane, Gerd Harrison. I wager you have crossed blades with the jaws of Hakkon in the wilderness. If you would search this place for your Inquisitor's body, they will want you to pay in blood.
What was that climbing contest?
When I first entered your hold, there was a climbing contest of some sort. What was that?
The test of the lady. We use it to settle disputes when it is not clear who has the right of it. There are others. For the test of the Mountain Father, you battle with verse while those who favor you hold you aloft. The test of Hakkon is battle with blunted weapons.
Seems reasonable.
It seems as fair a way as any to decide such matters.
In many cases, the law is clear. The tests are only for real disputes. As Thane, I may guide the gods in finding who is worthy. I decide which test will settle the dispute. I may also ask a warrior whose claim is foolish to climb with stones strapped to his back.
That's fair. I've come to speak with you because I need to requisite a boat.
I was told I needed your permission to borrow a boat from the fisherman.
Ah, Rolfson. He worries like a scared baby goat. The boat is yours. Tell him I said so.
Thank you very much.
I'll speak with you later.
Walk with the lady's blessing.
You'll notice that we had an option there to ask her if she wanted to fight the Hakkonites. That's an option that you can ask her at any time. It's kind of odd that it pops up as early as it does. It's like you literally turn up on our doorstep and just say, "Will you fight your neighbours?" It's something that we can deal with later, because there's going to be a lot of conflict in this area. We'll understand more as we go. Right now we just need to get back to the fisherman and tell him that I can borrow that boat. And we'll speak more to the Thane, Svari Sunhair, when we get back. Because even she has some information, and so do some of her troop, family, clan. I don't know. Clan, I suppose, sounds more appropriate. But those of Stonebear Hold will be the only ones that will be even remotely interested in helping us, because, like she said, the Hakkonites will want us to pay in blood. They're not going to want to talk ever. Just conflict, just fighting, like in the fallow mire.
If they did, our bit would have looked just like one.
Yeah.
I can use your boat now.
Thane Sunhair gave me guest welcome at Stonebear Hall.
Aye, she sent word.
As a guest, may I please borrow your boat?
We would be poor hosts to refuse. The boat is yours. I hope you come back alive.
I hope I do too. I'm sure I will. Row, row, row your boat. And here we are at the Lady's Rest. So we have a journal piece to read here. A letter found near many corpses. The barbarians are afraid to go to this island. I can see why. With all the spirits, but it's completely safe. I was out here myself for a good half hour, and the spirits never bothered me. Steal one of the Avar boats and set up camp. This route will bypass all the taxes, and with the Avar and the spirits and all around, nobody in their right mind will track us here. I know how you feel about demons, but trust me, this is completely safe. Peaceful even. All you have to do is relax on that island and wait for goods to come your way. It's completely safe.
His blood. My blood? No, I can't.
That voice wasn't any one of us.
American. American. Hi.
American?
Interesting. What drew so many spirits to this place, I wonder?
I wager I could have a very good guess.
No, without.
There's a broken hut. It's interacting with the anchor. There's a fade rift here.
This rift is ancient. It may have formed from the battle that took place here, not the breach.
Talana slept. I slept. To find him in dreaming. But the blood. She's gone. Talana wanted to reach Ameridan again. One more time. But she couldn't. I couldn't. I died. I tried to stay, but only pieces came through. You opened the sky for the rest of me.
Cole?
Cole, can you help make sense of this?
It hurts. She hurt. The Wraiths knew only the pain, but she knew why. Daring, dreaming into darkness for Ameridan.
Ameridan? Yes. Inquisitor. Beloved. She came with Ameridan to hunt the dragon.
The dragon?
Huge. Power like none had seen. It came from the mountains with the Avar. Towns fell. All dead. One last favor for Emperor Draken. Slay the Avar dragon. Save Orlais.
He died here then.
There are no records of a dragon, so he must have killed it. And died doing so.
Yes. If he had lived, he would have found her. Me. But he didn't. And no one ever knew. They fought at the shore. Spirits and magic. Cold. So cold. How I found her. How she found us. They rested here. Then up the river. Metal spires. A way to stop the dragon. Then Talana returned here, alone, to wait for him. Forever waiting. Dreaming. Then dead.
You can rest now.
We'll find Ameridan. You don't have to wait here anymore.
You did what she wanted you to. You can let go of her now.
Thank you. It was hard. She went a long time ago. I stayed because she asked. Her things are there. She wanted them found.
There we go, so we have the heartstring bow, which is Talana's own. We have her orders. An Aegis of the Rift, which is an ability. This unlocks the Aegis of the Rift ability, which turns the veil itself into a magical shield that deflects enemy projectiles. I'm going to be using that because I get picked off by rogues everywhere I turn. Ow. Yeah, I forgot it did that. Ancient document protected in a scroll case. Whoever reads this message, let it be known that the bearer, Inquisitor Ameridan, commander of the Seekers of Truth, travels to the Frostback Basin on official request of His Divine Majesty Cordillus Drakon, Emperor of Orlais, upon business vital to the safety and security of his most holy empire. and that he and those who travel with him are to be afforded every service, rendered every assistance, and extended every courtesy, in their efforts to protect or legion lives from threats both magical and mundane. Maker watch over him, Cordelis Drekon the First.
Are you all right?
New ability, Aegis of the Rift. The Inquisitor has gained a new ability. Just need to sort that out. Aegis of the Rift now sends bolts of spirit energy flying back. Your expertise can manipulate the veil, lets you summon the Aegis of the Rift more easily. Let's just map it to take over that one. I don't use that one as much, and when I do use it, I probably have Vivienne with me at the same time. So, mundane at the moment. And there's a book here. Unfallen Shack. Many explorers in ancient ruins report finding homes, furniture, or even tools that look few years old at most. Before more learned study of spirits and the Fade, made available by the circles, scholars often assumed that such structures must be new contamination of an older site, leading to misinformation and misunderstanding regarding the movement of various peoples in ancient Tevinter and even earlier. Our brothers and sisters in the circles of Magi have given us more likely an answer. In areas where the veil is thin, spirits engrossed by a particular event may endeavour to preserve the feeling of the area by preserving, in their own imperfect way, some or all of the area itself. The hut of a legendary apostate may appear to have been abandoned for a few decades, with crumbling walls and dust, when it is in fact from a previous age or even older. Spirits scratching at the edges of the veil have scared away the vermin that would have chewed through the beams, and the plants whose snaking tendrils would have reclaimed the stones for the forest. It is the recommendation of the committee that all university-sanctioned historical expeditions include a mage for consultation upon such matters. Only this can we avoid the embarrassing missteps of our forebears and bring Orlais the true knowledge it deserves. A letter from the University of Orlais Historical Committee to Empress Celine asking for support. Request tabled after the start of the Mage Rebellion. So of course no mages will be going on any expeditions so long as there's a war between mages and people. Now we need to head back to Professor Kenrick, but we have some people in our way. A lot of archers, so you can attack from this very position. You can't be hit so long as the Aegis stands, and you can attack everyone. It's quite beneficial. It doesn't last too long. I can now be a fully defensive mage and a fully offensive mage. But how did the Hakkonites get here? They must have followed me. Avar cotton is a material that will become quite popular. There is something just at the top of here, a landmark I wish to discover. It should be either above me or underneath me. I can't quite remember. Yeah, it's above me. There we go. Tale of Hringa, the Ice Troll. Came the giants, water wading, here to the hunt, and Harrow home. Avar fear the shapes in shoreline, forced to flee when giants roam. Hringar, ice troll, sees his brothers, calls the winter winds to shore. Giants frozen, forged in frostbite, threaten Avar homes no more. Fears of giant battle easing. Some form of poem. There you go, so we're going to head back to Kenrick and find out who we just spoke to. We know who we just spoke to, but now we need to figure out who we spoke to. We spoke to a spirit who was protecting Talana's memory of Ameridan. Talana, we'll find out. Talana, as we will find out, was Ameridan's lover. As you can tell by the mystery behind the names, Talana and Ameridan are both elven names in nature. When we had the conversation dialogue to talk about why to cover it up 800 years ago, you think they liked elves? They don't like them now. So of course they didn't like them 800 years ago. But an elf stood up to the plate 800 years ago to deal with terrible times, just as we are now. But he wasn't shown the respect he was deserved. And in his dying and in his death, in his disappearance, they chose better to forget about him. Oh, Kenrick.
May I help you, Inquisitor?
We went to the island.
A spirit on the island held the memories and possessions of Ameridan's lover, a woman named Talana. It told us that Ameridan was here on orders from Emperor Draken himself, and where he went next.
Oh, Trusty's dimples. I may have received tenure from that sentence alone. Ameridan had a lover. Talana, you said. The Inquisitor's Lady Mage. There was such debate over whether she existed. And there were orders? This was a request from Draken? This changes everything.
Spirits don't bother you?
You don't have a problem receiving information from spirits?
It's not ideal, but since you found corroborating physical evidence, I see no serious issues. Any study of great wars and battlefields carries an inherent risk of contact with demons or spirits. When spirits are willing to talk, most historians love the chance of a first-hand report.
What does Talana change?
You were surprised to hear that Ameridan had a lover.
Yes, this Talana you mentioned. Her existence has been hotly debated. Some scholars took Inquisitor Ameridan's respect for the Chantry to imply that he remained celibate. In ages past, there were stories about him and his lover, a mage. They made it out to be a star-crossed romance. The Chantry silenced the stories strenuously.
Where do we go now?
At the very least, we've found something to work with. The spirit said to follow the river to the north, and something about spires or spikes.
Up the river, the scouts have had trouble with Hakkonites up there. I'll continue my research, but for now, your guess is as good as mine.
What's our next step?
What do you need me to do next, Professor?
That spirit on the island said something about Ameridan going upriver to, someplace with spires? While you search upriver, I'll continue studying these buckles. That, sounded better in my head.
It should have stayed in your head.
I'll speak with you later.
There we go, guys. That's the end of that Dragon Age Inquisition, and we have begun the Jaws of Hakkon DLC. A little bit early, but I've been planning for this, so don't worry, I'm not going to have any trouble getting through this. We're already level 19, it wants us to be level 20, so we're only one level off. So sure, it's going to make some conflict a little bit difficult, but nothing I can't handle. We also dealt with Varric's questline and Solus's, so hopefully we have become friends in the greater whole. In the next one we will continue the Jaws of Hakkon DLC, and we will continue to do so. I think this will take about 3 or 4 parts. I want to do a kind of semi-detailed run through this DLC. Can be quite large. That's just the area in general. I don't think there are that many quests itself. Particularly side notes. It's just the fact that the story quest as a whole will take you across the range and the depths of this place. Trust me, it gets deep in this place. Anyway guys, I will catch you on the next one.